Hey guys and girls, it's your boy Six. Today I want to talk about reward systems in gaming and how in my opinion it's gotten to a ridiculous level. Firstly, where did this whole the player has to be rewarded for them to keep playing come from? Or the carrot on a stick mentality of gaming? See, back in the days when I was PC gaming, we didn't have anything like what it is today. So a bit of a backstory. I used to play a World War II first person shooter called Day of Defeat, to a pretty high level, getting sponsors with Steel Series and such. When I started it was a mod using the Half-Life 1 engine, so we had no awards, no trophies, medals, ribbons, nothing. So what kept us playing? What made us waste hundreds of hours in the Jolt 56k servers? And when the UK was asleep, we'd use our stupid 56k modem and go and ruin some American servers with our ridiculous 300 to 500 pings. See, it was all done for the prestige. Getting your name out there in the forums and IRC channels as being a good player. It's the most basic reward system out there. And looking at Day of Defeat before it became Dodge Sauce, it certainly wasn't the graphics, although at the time we thought they were great. It was the gameplay, the community, and the basics really. We didn't need medals popping up all the time and ribbons congratulating us for killing 7 players on a map, or even taking down a tank. We didn't even have medics or resupplies, so none of that either. So when did gaming become so self-centered around the individual player? And more importantly, why? I feel it's made a generation of players needy. Always looking for the next trophy or unlock, the next dog tag, ribbon, medal or weapon. Ultimately it's made players in gaming communities selfish and focused on themselves rather than the team or game. See, I remember when Day of Defeat got published out of the betas with Day of Defeat Source on the Steam platform, and they had all these trophies in for doing the basic stuff, and most of the old hats didn't care. We just got on with learning new game mechanics and enjoying the new graphics. But now it's in every single game you can possibly imagine. Pop-ups every what feels like 10 seconds telling you that you've accomplished something. And don't get me wrong, reward systems have always been around in multiplayer games. One of the earliest and still used in practically every game is the score system. We gamers use them as a measure of how good we and others are. And before the point system was the KD system. But is the amount of reward systems used these days just too much? I feel it's good to go over the reward systems that developers employ so that people understand how much they're being manipulated by these big companies and just how ridiculously infectious it is. So the reward system used by game developers are in 4 main classifications, and Battlefield 1 has each of them as well, and they go like this. The first one is advancement. Players use rewards to make game progress, building strength, getting a higher level to take on a stronger opponent. For Battlefield 1 it's unlocking weapons and ranking up. And that's review. Players like to check out their statistics online, their KDs, how many hours they've played, their rank. For Battlefield 1 we've got the Battlefield tracker. Sociality, such as new emotes or skins, outfits, think Fortnite and World of Warcraft. This also includes Easter eggs in multiplayer games, like the Battlefield 1 headsets. Getting people to post their findings online in forums and Reddit posts gets others to go in and try to find them as well, and solve the clues. Again, Battlefield 1 has the skins, although Battlefield 1 skins have been the weakest in the series in my opinion. And lastly, we've got cooperating and competing. Now, MMORPGs do this a lot, hoarding and sharing items amongst a group of players so they get an advantage over another group, or to take on a high level NPC. Battlefield 1 has the squad leader mechanic, and the more players on an objective, the faster you cap on conquest. Then we have the fun factor. See, gamers enjoy learning, but to be honest, we're ultimately lazy, meaning people give up quickly. This has made developers think way more than they used to about how to keep people playing. Although a reward system is meant to provide an end goal, developers tweak their game to such a degree as to push players to maintain a positive experience before getting anywhere near the end. Just the mere knowledge that there's something good or something to unlock or collect makes players happy. For example, in Far Cry 5 there are 3 sections of the map to unlock. You pick which one to go for first in the knowledge that the other 2 have a different feel to them, different enemies and a unique experience / end boss to progress the game. Instead of having the entire map opened up, we're led on a well-crafted path, which keeps us going to the end to meet Jacob. And one tactic used is letting players know about things to collect and areas to go to. So let's use Far Cry 5 as an example again. Throughout the campaign of Far Cry 5, we're constantly meeting NPCs, and nearly all of them have a point of interest for you to explore, or some new character to meet, weapon cache to find, shrine to destroy, camper to conquer, or unlock, and this near constant barrage of information compels us to play more, by keeping those points just far enough out of reach as to provide a challenge, but not so far away enough to make us annoyed. I'll just unlock that camp, then I'll go to bed. As with gamblers, gamers are encouraged to go for these unknown factors in a game of chance for maybe a better weapon, or more digital money, or to explore more of the map. And this is just a few examples of some techniques developers of Far Cry 5 used when trying to manipulate players' experiences. Ultimately, this happens to most games/gamers. When skill levels exceed challenges, players get bored. Reward systems can keep people playing by either modifying the emotion felt through rewards or create greater challenges. For Battlefield, there's always the "what comes after level 140" question, to which the developers have the answer in medals and specializations. However, players may feel bored if the tasks they need to fulfill in order to gain the reward aren't enjoyable, or they fail to trigger a sense of anticipation, something which affects Battlefield 1. I mean, who really cares if they haven't got all the specializations or the medals? I feel Battlefield 1's reward system in this sense misses the mark, providing a challenge but the payoff isn't worth it, as you only really get XP for completing any medals. And if you rank 140, there's no benefit apart from a digital record. So Battlefield 1 also employs the other techniques of short-term goals and ribbons battle packs, and more frequently is the also satisfying ding when you kill an enemy. And the most effective reward systems for players combine long-term goals and short-term ones, which Battlefield I think also fails at. Does anybody really care how many ribbons they've got? They pop up so frequently during a game that they've lost the purpose, and who really checks them at the end of the match anyway? The pride prestige at getting them makes them worthless, as they're handed out like candy at a kid's birthday party. This has thus made them more of an annoyance than a reward. Since recently I've turned off the notification pop-up every time I get a ribbon, and it's just so intrusive, which makes it in my opinion a broken system. Just go into the settings and do the same if you're sick of them as well. For me, the Battlefield's reward system is a failed one, obviously combined with other factors such as the late release of DLC, the lack of competitive mode until the last 6 months of its life cycle, the fragmenting of the community with the premium pass, the lack of customization providing that social reward. As I said, Fortnite excels at this. Most importantly is the lack of custom servers, which meant communities were effectively destroyed overnight. This led to dwindling player numbers and a game unable to sustain itself long after the release date. Yes, servers are full most nights, mostly casual players though, which led to people calling it Casual Field 1. But look at the player counts on release to now, and the gaming community could have outlasted Battlefield 4. How Battlefield 4 survived for so long is the veteran community. One DICE really needs to focus on for Battlefield 2018. The CTE was an okay addition, but it fails to keep a community together. It seems like it was more of a place that the big YouTubers could go and make a video so they'd have content for their channels. See, communities make or break a multiplayer game, and no amount of individual rewards or medals can outdo what an involved and passionate community bring to the table. If there's one thing I want DICE to bring to Battlefield 2018, it's bringing the community together, because of right now, it's broken. Fix your damn reward system, it's naff. Anyway, thanks for watching guys and girls. Let me know your thoughts on Battlefield 2018, how you feel about Battlefield 1, and your thoughts on the current state of the Battlefield community. My name is OnYourSix. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the battlefield.